Okay. So it's a good question about the changing of multiple administrators in the district. I think it's probably best to start at the superintendent level. When I got on the board a little over 9 years ago, I arrived and there had been a history of lots of turnover at the Wade Building in the superintendent's office. People had been there only a couple of years. One superintendent got bought out for an exorbitant amount of money, and it was a revolving door. In my second year, Tricia Kemp, who was then board president, asked me to co-chair with her the committee to look for a new superintendent, and that resulted in hiring Mike Schilder, who'd been with the district for over 6 years, and I think bringing Mike to the district was a huge plus in a number of areas, not just stability in the superintendent's office. And at that time, one of the things that we were looking for, and I'm an HR professional, and suggested to the board at the time, was that we hire what I would call an up-and-comer. So somebody who's done a great job in a smaller district, who's looking to move to the big leagues in a place like Bridgewater, as opposed to somebody who maybe was 20 years in a Hillsborough or a comparable district, who may not quite have the energy or initiative to really take what they've learned and bring it to a new place. So Mike worked out great, and I'm very confident that Victor Hayek is going to similarly do a great job. And he actually fits some of the same profiles as Mike, as somebody who's really assuming new roles, but has a lot of good, solid management experience to bring to the table. Going back to the other administrators, I believe there are 18 that are either in new positions or temporarily in positions as people have moved around. And there is a potential disruption or a perceived disruption among students. But one thing I think people need to realize is that at the lower levels, students are much more inclined to feel disruption than they are at high school. We have 7 elementary schools, and we have one teacher who's in his second year, and I believe all the six others are all tenured and have been here for several years at this point. The next elementary level is Ike and Hillside, and at Eisenhower we have Joe Diskin, who's been there a very long time, and we do have a new principal at Hillside, Will Ferry, but Will Ferry's been in the district, I'm going to venture to guess 15 years. So although he is new to Hillside, again the other school that takes elementary, he's been in the district a long time and he knows the way things are done here. His assistant principal, who's promoted from a teaching position, has also been here several years. So again, they're new, but they have been here for many years. The middle school, Nancy Itesta, has been here a very, very long time. So I think in the places where children tend to be most insecure in terms of change and transition, the district is strong in that the people who are in those positions and the principals that the kids are going to see every day, with the exception, as I say, of Will Ferry, who is a Bridgewater Raritan person for a long time, has been there. Much of the change has been at the supervisor level, and the supervisors work with teachers. So again, although there is a transition there required based on retirements and promotions, those positions, new positions, don't impact student life because supervisors, as a general rule, work with teachers while principals work with students. At the high school, we do have a new principal, Mark Morrell, and again, good news is Mark has been there for many, many years as well. So students who are seniors, I have a daughter who's a senior, may not have the same principals or may have had experience with a couple of principals. The principal who is in the building is somebody who's been there for her entire career. So there is continuity there. And there's also continuity in the 3 assistant principals who work under Mark. Mr. Argandizzo has been there a long time. Mr. Godown's been there a long time. So the 3 assistant principals below him, there's one new one this year, but again, she's been in the district a long time. So there is some transition. A lot of it is promotion. One of the things we've done is try to promote from within, and a lot of that is giving people an opportunity to learn new things. But as I say, I think as far as impact on children, I think it's minimal because the young kids really do have consistency, and I think that's really where it's most important.